Ryan Reynolds is spiraling fast. His Hollywood throne is cracking, and the internet's ablaze with accusations that he's bullied Justin Baldoni into a career graveyard. The Deadpool star, once the king of charm, is now drowning in a legal tsunami, with claims he wielded his A-list status to obliterate Baldoni's reputation. Lawsuits are piling up, fans are flipping sides, and that signature smirk might not save him this time. It all started on the set of It Ends With Us, a movie that's gone from romance to wreckage, and what's unfolding now is a scandal no one could have predicted. Stick around to watch this implosion unfold. Let's cut to the chase and unpack this chaos. It's March 21st, 2025, and Ryan Reynolds, the man who's turned snark into a multi-million-dollar brand with Deadpool and aviation gin, is facing a storm that's threatening to topple his empire. This isn't just a PR hiccup. It's a full-blown war, rooted in the production of It Ends With Us, a film that was supposed to be a heartfelt adaptation of Colleen Hoover's tearjerker novel. Instead, it's become a battleground, pitting Reynolds and his wife, Blake Lively, against Justin Baldoni, the film's director and co-star. What began as a quiet tension has erupted into a public showdown, complete with lawsuits, agency power plays, and a fan base tearing itself apart. Reynolds has always thrived on being the lovable rogue, but now he's cast as the villain, and he's not handling it well. The stakes are sky high, the accusations are wild, and the fallout's just beginning. How did a rom-dram turn into Hollywood's ugliest slugfest? Let's break it down step by step. Rewind to August 2024. It ends. With Us hits theaters, and on paper it's a slam dunk. The film rakes in over $348 million globally, riding the wave of Hoover's rabid fan base and a built-in audience hungry for its mix of love, heartbreak, and redemption. Blake Lively plays Lily Bloom, a woman escaping an abusive past, while Justin Baldoni steps into the shoes of Ryle Kincaid, her charming but volatile love interest. Baldoni's not just acting, he's directing, pouring his heart into a story he's called a personal passion project. Early buzz is solid. Critics praise the chemistry, the visuals, the emotional gut punches. But behind the scenes, something's off. Lively and Baldoni aren't sharing the spotlight like you'd expect. There's no cozy press junket, no Instagram selfies, no playful banter at premieres, just a cold, awkward distance. Fans pick up on it fast. X lights up with speculation. Why is Blake dodging Justin? Did they fight over the script? Is this a diva move or something worse? The silence fuels the fire, and what seemed like a minor quirk snowballs into a mystery that's about to detonate. Fast forward to December 20th, 2024, and the lid blows off. Blake Lively files a lawsuit against Baldoni that reads like a horror story. She accuses him of sexual harassment on set, claiming he crossed lines during intimate scenes, lingering too long in kisses, pressing for unscripted physicality, and making crude remarks that left her rattled. She says she flagged it early, but when she pushed back, Baldoni turned icy, shutting her out of creative decisions and tanking the set's vibe. The filing's 80 pages of damning detail, timestamps, witness names, even text exchanges where Baldoni allegedly brushed off her discomfort with a smug, "It's just art." Lively's not done. She says he retaliated after she brought Reynolds in to punch up the script, a move Baldoni saw as a power grab. This isn't some vague "nar Me Too" echo. It's specific, raw, and aimed at Baldoni's core. He's spent a decade building a persona as a woke heartthrob, TED Talks on toxic masculinity, a podcast on vulnerability, even a 2017 Man Enough book that won him feminist applause. Now Lively's painting him as a fraud, and the internet's eating it up. Baldoni doesn't flinch, he swings back hard. On December 31st, 2024, he files a $400 million defamation countersuit, dragging Lively, Reynolds, their publicist Leslie Sloan, and the New York Times into the ring. His claim is explosive. They've conspired to torch his career with a calculated smear campaign. He calls Lively's accusations a fabrication, says she exaggerated set tensions to dodge flack for the film's shaky press tour, and accuses Reynolds of pulling strings to amplify the damage. The Times gets hit for a December 21st expose. "We can bury anyone inside a Hollywood smear machine," that Baldoni says twisted half-truths into a hit piece. The article, penned by Megan Toohey, dug into alleged texts, PR maneuvers, and agency pressure framing Lively and Reynolds as puppet masters. Baldoni's not playing defense. He wants $140 million from the couple, $10 million from Sloan, and a whopping $250 million from the Times, calling it reckless journalism. That bowed to Hollywood royalty. His filing's a gauntlet. Prove it or pay up. Now let's zoom in on Reynolds, because this is where he steps out of the shadows and into the crosshairs. Baldoni's lawsuit doesn't just name him as a bystander. It accuses him of two deliberate, career-killing moves. First, Baldoni claims Reynolds branded him a predator in private conversations, twice, once in June 2024 and again in October. These weren't offhand jabs. Baldoni says Reynolds weaponized the label, leaning on their shared agency, WME, to cut him loose. WME dropped Baldoni in November, a move his team ties directly to Reynolds' influence as a bigger client. Second, Baldoni points to Deadpool and Wolverine, Reynolds' July 2024 juggernaut that grossed $1.3 billion. In it, Reynolds plays Nice Pool, a saccharine, woke Deadpool variant who gets roasted nonstop. Baldoni's convinced it's a personal dig. His whole brand is progressive masculinity, and Nice Pool's a caricature of that. He's so sure it's about him that his lawyers sent a litigation hold to Marvel's Kevin Feige and Disney's Bob Iger, demanding they preserve emails, script drafts, anything linking Nice Pool to him. It's a stretch, sure, but Baldoni's betting on it. Reynolds mocked him to the world, he says, and he's got the receipts to prove it. Reynolds isn't here for it. On March 18, 2025, he files a motion to dismiss Baldoni's suit, and it's peak Ryan, sharp, unapologetic, and dripping with confidence. His legal team argues there's no defamation if he believes Baldoni's a predator, citing free speech protections under the First Amendment. They lean on Baldoni's own words, interviews from 2018 where he admitted to learning boundaries with women after past missteps, saying Reynolds' take was fair game. The Nice Pool claim? They don't deny it's a jab. Just call it creative expression and tell Baldoni to toughen up. Hurt feelings aren't a lawsuit, the filing snaps. Lively files her own motion 2 days later, invoking California's anti-SLAPP law, which shields harassment accusers from retaliatory suits. She doubles down on her claims, attaching affidavits from crew members who say Baldoni's vibe was off on set. The couple's united, daring Baldoni to bring it, and they're betting his case crumbles under scrutiny. The internet's a battlefield now, and Reynolds is bleeding fans. X is a circus of clashing takes. Some stand hard. Blake's word is gold, Justin's a creep, and Ryan's protecting her. Others turn savage. Reynolds is a bully hiding behind charisma. Canceling him feels right. Posts dig into his past, questioning if his nice guy shtick was ever real. Baldoni's not clean either. His feminist halo's dented, with old clips resurfacing of him dodging tough questions on consent. His lawyer, Brian Friedman, fuels the fire, telling Variety, Reynolds exploited his platform to destroy a man who dared challenge his wife. Friedman's a pit bull. He repped Depp against Heard, and he's framing this as David versus Goliath, with Baldoni as the underdog. Reynolds campfires back through TMZ leaks. Justin's grasping at straws, truth hurts. It's a slugfest, and no one's winning yet. The legal stakes are dizzying. Baldoni's team threatens to depose heavyweights, Jenny Slate, who dodged the drama, and even Taylor Swift, who allegedly sat in on a script tweak with Lively and Reynolds in 2023. Reynolds' motion calls it a fishing expedition, but if those depositions happen, it's fireworks. Baldoni's also suing the Times for $250 million, claiming they caved to Lively's star power over facts. The paper's standing firm, citing public records and sources. Disney's in the mix too. Baldoni's Nice Pool theory has lawyers combing. Marvel files and a Disney exec's no comment last week only stoked the flames. Legal analysts split the odds. Reynolds could skate on free speech, but if Baldoni proves malice, like texts showing intent, he's got a shot. Either way, this is years from over and the damage is piling up. The meltdown's real, even if Reynolds won't admit it. His February 2025 SNL 50 hosting gig, his first public move post-lawsuit, lands flat. Sketches about cancel culture feel forced, and X roasts him. Bro's deflecting harder than Deadpool. Dodges bullets. Insiders tell Daily Mail he's seething, convinced Baldoni's spinning a victim tale to flip the narrative. Lively's not safe either. Her 2024 promo clips joking about the film's abuse themes are circling back, tagged insensitive and cringe. Their perfect couple vibes fraying. Fans who adored their banter now smell blood. Baldoni's reeling too. Wayfarer Studios lost a Netflix deal in January, and his crisis PR hire, Melissa Nathan, is in overdrive. The guy's fighting to not fade into obscurity, while Reynolds battles to keep his crown. This is chaos in motion. Reynolds' motion might kill Baldoni's suit, but public opinion's a harsher judge. X posts swing wild. Ryan's untouchable, Justin's a whiner versus Baldoni's done if Disney flips. Lively's stuck in the middle, her credibility on the line. The nice pool jab, the WME drop, the Predator label, it's a stack of moves that could be brilliant or backfire hard. Hollywood's glued to it. Directors, agents, stars, all waiting to see who blinks. Baldoni's clawing for redemption. Reynolds is banking on resilience. The truth's a mess of court filings and spin, but the war's far from over. And then there's this. Leaked texts from the It Ends With Us set, floating around dark corners of the web, hinting at a twist that could flip everything. Who's behind them? What's in them? That's hitting next week, and it's going to change the game.